I'm of the view when you've got your foot on your opponent's throat, you keep it there. And I was a bit perturbed, I have to say, by how quickly the US president wanted to call the job done without any documented evidence, at least publicly, that all those nuclear sites and those assets have been completely wiped out. Give us a sense of what a caliphate really means, what a caliphate would look like, Ayaan. Particularly, let's assume they keep the bomb or keep the bomb-making capacity. If Iran and the mullahs had the bomb, how would they use the bomb to deliver a caliphate?
Well, first and foremost, they would wipe Israel off the map. There was one of their leadership who was asked as they were doing this enrichment. It was about maybe 17 years ago. And this leader, it may have been Nasrallah, he said, yes, we will use the bomb to wipe Israel off the map. And then he was confronted with the reality that Israel would retaliate. And he said, well, there are only 10 million of them, and there are 80 million of us, meaning 80 million Muslims in the region, and we will survive. And so they are committed to this goal, which they think of as a divine mandate, and it is apocalyptic. And I think the Western mind has a very hard time understanding what that is like. But the people of Iran who lived under this regime, they understand what it feels like, what it is like to live under Sharia law and under a caliphate. But the quest for the caliphate never stops. It is to change your society, to change your region, and then to change the whole world. That is why I think it is delusional for anybody to think that, oh, well, the Ayatollah is going to come rationally to his senses and that this ceasefire is going to hold. No, it's not going to hold because it goes against their commitment.
So you've written a wonderful piece where you call the action by Donald Trump as a civilizational moment. And I think that in itself, that form of words stops you in your tracks for people to understand that's exactly what we're looking at here. So regime change, is it possible? And if we have regime change in Iran, is this threat weakened?
The regime change is going to come from the Iranian people. They're ready for change. I was just listening to and following Reza Pahlavi, who is the son of the Shah who was ousted in 1979 by the mullahs and by radical Marxists. They are desperate for change. They just need a little bit of help from us. Iran is different from Libya and Syria. It's an old, ancient civilization, and the leadership in the diaspora of Iran and the people of Iran who reject this regime, by I think the last time I had the number 80%, they want to rid themselves of this, and all we need to do is help them. And I hope that that Donald Trump and Bibi Netanyahu, that they rise to the occasion, and that they don't stop at this moment where we say, oh, we've destroyed the facilities, and so now we can move on. We can't move on. They're going to regroup. They're going to use terrorism in the region and beyond, and they're determined to build this bomb. Even if it takes them another 10 decades, they're absolutely determined, and that is why they have to be completely removed. And so the people of Iran want to do it. We just need to help the people, and instead of throwing the Ayatollah a lifeline.
This will be a continuing conversation. Ayaan Hirsi Ali, thank you.